lights, but I kept searching for your trace in the dark. Losing myself in the endless memories of the end right from the start. You're an obsession in my head, I can't forget your eyes. Your kisses burn my skin, I feel so empty inside.
Don't want to mislead, this is all you need. Be your everything, yeah, I'll be your everything. Still too soon to feel, please just say it's real. More than just a thrill, not just in it for the thrill. I'm in it for the love, cause love it needs to touch it. You're pressing on my buttons, babe, let me tell you something. I'm in it for the love, cause love it needs to touch it. You're pressing on my buttons, babe, let me tell you something. I'm in it for the love. 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 a dream. We were ordering some treats. You said it would be alright. I tried to stop you asking why. You started out to face it. My heart went off like crazy. You pressed your arms on my head. We fell into my small bed. You started out to face it. My heart went off like crazy. I felt my breath was taken. We were about to make it.
Muy buenas, gente, ya estamos aquí. Ya hemos vuelto, mira, vamos a poner así el evento. Ya queda nada.
Ahí está.
Ahí están, ¿se nos escucha bien? Voy a silenciar el micro, Chan, para comprobar que todo está ok.
Ok.
Vale, está todo ok.
Perfecto.
Bueno, ya están aquí. Ya están por aquí.
Voy a sacar el...
Darwin, Joduo. Y hay algunas personas más por ahí arriba, había. Coméntame si se me acopla el sonido, ¿vale? Sigue igual que antes.
Vale.
Pero no sé qué...
De momento perfecto.
Que esté más alto ellos.
Voy a sacar el chat. Está todo ok. Un segundo. Voy a sacar el chat aquí.
Hello there guys, my name is Opal Cadman and welcome. Today I have 3 main tasks. The first one is to introduce you to Koch Media's brand new premium gaming label.
Muchas gracias Darwin, tío, que he leído tu comentario. Muchas gracias por el apoyo.
Coming to that label. And finally,
Bienvenido a
number
todos
3
a
is to
YouTube.
show you what the new label will be getting up to in the streaming world.
Full rojo.
I want to
Se me ve la
welcome
cara en
streamers who are co-streaming this today. Hello. Some of you guys are guys who
Cuidado
I
que
have
se
looked
acopla
up to
Oshi.
and watched for
Vale,
many years. And speaking of people who I've looked up to for many years, I am so proud to introduce Jeff Keighley, who will be helping me co-host us through this entire list of games. Jeff, how's it going?
Thanks, Opal. It is so great to be here with you for the first ever live stream from Prime Matter. I was honored yesterday to reveal the label to the world at the Summer Game Fest kickoff event. And wow, you've got a lot of games there in that sizzle, over a dozen games. So I know today you're going to go a little bit more in depth to talk about all these games, talk about the developers. But for those of you that might have missed it yesterday or just want to see it again, let's kick things off with a look at that announcement sizzle reel for Prime Matter.
Lo que yo te diga, este señor me parece como todos lados. Como pantalla completa.
Sometimes I ask myself what it all means. Let's begin.
Sí. El vampire masquerade. Vale, este sentido que nos pone ayer en el
Sí, es que fue la dinámica.
Hay cositas aquí. Muchísimas gracias, Odesport. Gracias. Estoy levantando las manos, que no tenga puesta la cámara. Muchas gracias por
Is that who you are?
My purpose makes me who I am.
I finally have the feeling we're doing something worthwhile.
Being relied on to succeed where others would fail.
Es que se lo saltarán así, en plan ya presentados de nuevo. Para Iron Harvest,
Ahora sacarán un poquito de todo. El Spencer, que creo que era...
Prime Matter.
Y este es el sello. Este es el sello que tiene a Cruz Media.
Yes, guys, you just saw 12 games and counting. And that's just the start for Prime Matter. But before we get into these incredible games, what I like to call the juicy bits, I want to talk to you about what Prime Matter is and who we are. Prime Matter is the new premium gaming label of Koch Media. It dedicates itself to delivering a range of immersive and diverse games from amazing development talent all around the globe. It highlights the varied influences of global studios and their different approaches to game making. The new label will lead through creativity and expression, with games that enthrall players, with larger-than-life storytelling, create incredible moments, and above all, they're fun. The team behind Prime Matter is a melting pot of incredible talent, led by seasoned industry veterans and complemented by a young, fresh, dynamic team of multicultural gaming experts. The team behind are gamers at heart, working with such a wide range of passionate developers producing games together by gamers for gamers. And that being said, for all you keen-eyed individuals out there, you would have seen that one game was actually missing in our 12-game lineup for Prime Matter during the video.
Este creo que yo, aunque lo estén metiendo en directo, creo que es diferido la imagen.
Sí.
Creo que es un vídeo grabado.
Jeff got to sit down with Todd Hollinshead and talk all about Painkiller.
All right, you saw the news yesterday. Yes, there is a new Painkiller coming, and Todd is joining me now to maybe give us a few more details. I know this is kind of a fresh project for the team at Saber, and you guys, first of all, I love that you and Tim Willits are there, continuing to build out Saber. And Painkiller, the franchise, you and I are both OG. We remember, it was it probably 15 years ago at this point?
Yeah, it's been a while, closer to 2 decades than 1.
My God. All right. Well, but it's one of those classic games. Let me ask you, from a Prime Matter perspective, you've been in the industry like me all those years, and we remember that game. Why was this a franchise that you guys wanted to sort of bring back?
Well, Painkiller, when I played it back in the early 2000s, this was a game that had, it was dark, a little twisted, intense, cool guns. These are the things that, kind of hit the nail on the head of what appeals to me in a video game, both as, as a fan and then also as a publisher at Saber. So, we're hoping to capture those same sort of elements and bring those into the new game.
Yeah, you guys are certainly masters of doing shooters from all your time at id, and Painkiller, does have a lot of that DNA of fast-paced action with a little bit of a twist to it. And the fact you guys are working with Prime Matter is also exciting. Brand new publisher, brand new label.
Muy fun.
What do you think of the fact that they're doing this label, and it's such a diverse lineup of companies and partners around it? I know you guys work with a lot of publishers, but it's pretty exciting to see a new label announced. That doesn't happen every day.
No, it doesn't. And, I think that within the Embracer Group, it's just a business that is growing. We've got great leadership at the top. And so Koch Media is, wanting to expand their publishing. And I think that, the name they chose, Prime Matter, sort of is, it's sort of like the primordial soup of putting together stuff from nothing. So, it kind of makes me think of this is what we do when we make video games. You start with Pixel 0, and then at the end of the day, you make a game. So I feel like that, that kind of resonates with hopefully the type of experiences that we're going to be providing, not just within Prime Matter and working with them, with Saber, our partnership, but, across the Embracer Group as well.
Yeah, no, it sounds like they have a lot of games in development, but the fact that you are bringing back Painkiller is really exciting. And I know, fans, of course, want to know a little bit about, what's the game going to look, how's it going to play. Probably can't share a lot of details about it, but you're kind of in the early stages of development now on this?
Yeah, super early. And, if anything that I would share, I'd probably get assassinated for back home once I got back to the developer, because all these the first stuff that comes out almost always gets sort of iterated on and changed, and so we're trying to keep the lid on the details until we have something that's going to be really awesome to show.
All right, well, we'll be waiting for it, and we know with you involved, it's going to be something very special, fast-paced action, I have no doubt. So new Painkiller coming soon from the team at Saber, published by Prime Matter. Thanks, Todd.
Thanks, Jeff.
I really can't wait to hear more about Painkiller and the fact that Todd and Tim and the team at Saber are working on it. I think we're going to get something very special when they are ready to share more. So, exciting stuff in that sizzle reel, Painkiller, Payday, but I know there's a lot more we're here to talk about today as well, right, Opal?
actually, Prime Matter has 12 games under development right at this minute. We're so excited to show you guys what us and the developers have been up to. However, before you see some of the content that we show you today, I do have to make it clear that some of this is pre-alpha, alpha, high-level concept, and some of it is about to release right around the corner. So please keep that in mind when you're viewing today's show. That being said, how do you guys feel about a psychedelic third-person survival horror game set on what it means to go on a journey about self-enlightenment and what happens when it all goes wrong? I got to speak with the developers of the Chant work-in-progress title about their game and who they are.
Our game is about a group of people who go to a spiritual retreat to seek enlightenment, and they basically get a little more than they bargained for. And your character has to deal with her own personal issues as well as the cosmic terrors that become awakened.
Cool. So, what type of genre is this game?
And it's a bit hard to pin down with the with all the different influences and styles of gameplay, but I'd say we're probably a survival action horror game.
Okay. Cool. And what was the thinking behind that genre? Is it something that you guys like, or is it just it came left field? What's your decision behind that?
Personally, we always wanted to make a horror game. A big part of our core team have a background in third-person sandbox games, and we really wanted to combine, action mechanics, deep storytelling, and we felt that the horror genre was a really exciting space to take that background and play around with.
So, kind of sticking with the horror genre, why did you decide to go with that theme? It's not really like normally what you would see, this whole spiritual awakening thing. So what was the idea behind that?
We thought it was just kind of an interesting territory to explore. There is there's a lot of influence from that with like folk horror of the 70s and giallo horror and so forth that really inspired us more from a film standpoint. And taking that kind of aesthetic, something that was very sensational, very colorful, and mixing it in with kind of more action-oriented and exploratory game mechanics, we felt was a fresh take on the horror space.
So, kind of speaking about your inspirations and stuff, what video games, real life media has inspired you to create this title?
Well, going way back when Resident Evil 2 is one of my favorite games of all time. Alone in the Dark, Eternal Darkness. So a lot of games are very inspirational to us. Our game actually started off as a game with fixed camera angles and so forth, and then we over the course of development, just especially really focusing on bringing more of an action element to it. We've since switched to an over-the-shoulder camera and haven't looked back.
So kind of talking about changes and what you guys are doing on the development side, how close is the game to like the original concept? I understand you guys are still developing the game's quite far out, but from your original concept to where the game is now, how much has that differed?
The core story and I'd say the aesthetic and the themes, those all remain intact. I'd say our gameplay, as our team size grew, we added deeper mechanics. I'd say more action to the game. Our game actually has a fair amount of combat in it, especially on the melee side. Those were things that weren't too prevalent in our original concept, and a lot of those things are just kind of based on we were a very small team at first. We're still a relatively small team, but every new person that joins, brings something new to the mix. So I'd say on that end, the game has evolved in scope and depth of gameplay.
Awesome. Kind of sticking on that point of, you got a small team, there's a lot of challenges that comes with that. What was the hardest part of making the game so far?
The hardest part was probably trying to make a game that
Totalmente, Hans.
has more realistic production values, because that's where our background comes from. On a smaller scale and budget. So for us, we had to be very strategic. Utilizing Unreal, we wouldn't have been able to build this game without utilizing an engine like Unreal. Previously, we had worked on more proprietary technology. And that's also great because new people that join the team can get up and running on the engine quite quickly. In addition to that, we've been using photogrammetry from the start for both our environments. All of our characters are also scanned actors, and we're using, also tapping into a lot of what's going on in our city. Vancouver has a pretty big film industry, so really tapping into the film and the effects industry and tapping into that area of expertise to just kind of try to do things as efficiently as possible.
So you've mentioned experience in the past and also kind of how rich Vancouver is. How much does that come in handy when you're working on the game?
Oh, it's been extremely beneficial. Vancouver, is home to a lot of AAA studios. A large portion of us work together at Rockstar and United Front Games, and we also have people who have worked at the Coalition and EA, as well as some smaller independent studios as well. And in addition to that, having the film industry here, where we can utilize local talent. We're working with union actors. We're scanning actors as well that we're using for our characters, and we're actually currently auditioning a couple remaining characters for the game, and as well as doing the finishing touches on our new motion capture studio. So we're going to be doing a full cinematics push over the coming months. That's a really exciting place to be right now.
Awesome. Sounds great. In terms of exciting things, when it comes to this game, what are you most proud of at the minute where you are?
I think the thing I'm the most proud of is just what a small focused team can do when they're all sharing the same goal and vision. As I said earlier, we come from different backgrounds, but everyone's managed to come together and really deliver an amazing amount of work for the team size we have, and it's really exciting to be working on a smaller team again, and just having that kind of energy where we're working with everyone on the team day to day.
I imagine that is a lot different to probably what some of you are used to coming from those massive studios. So finally, what are the benefits of signing up with a global publisher like Koch, and also, being featured on their brand new label?
It's truly an exciting place to be. We've been kind of pushing our game as far as we could, and this partnership is really helping to provide more reach and more resources, but I think most importantly also just having a partnership on getting feedback and helping to really expand and push the vision of the game. We've already received a lot of feedback on the title, and being a small team, we're often in our own little echo chamber, and even in a short period of time we've been able to act on a lot of the feedback, and the game has improved considerably since then.
Well, Mike, thank you so much for your time. It's been awesome to talk to you and find out a little bit more about what you guys are going to be offering for the new label. And I can't wait to let gamers finally get their hands on the content. So thank you for your time.
From psychedelic horrors to internet rumors, our next developer created the huge open world of Bohemia and took us on an adventure through the Holy Roman Empire. However, there have been some leaks that this action RPG may have a home on the Switch. Opal sat down with Warhorse Studios to try and get to the bottom of this.
Kingdom Come Deliverance on the Switch. That is quite some news.
Yes, that's true. Kingdom Come Deliverance is coming to the Nintendo Switch. And as you said, it's about gamers, devs, and games. In our case, or in this case, actually gamers play an integral part in the story.
What do you mean?
Well, some kind of confusion happened in the end of last year. We Warhol Studios were preparing the release of the Kingdom Come Deliverance Royal Edition on PlayStation and Xbox, but someone most likely ticked the wrong box in Japan, and it looked like it's going to be released on Switch as well. Of course, by that time there was nothing existing like that. We were not even thinking about the possibility that Kingdom Come Deliverance could go on the Switch. However, Nintendo Japan took this information, some Japanese media, and then the snowball started rolling. All of a sudden it was the talk of the day. Kingdom Come Deliverance is releasing on the Switch, but as I said, nothing like that was planned at all, and we didn't think about that. Now, a few months back, and we think it was still somehow cursing around in the Nintendo database. Nintendo of Spain posted a picture on Twitter where they had different pictures of open world games, and they were promoting already existing open world games on the Nintendo Store. And if you clicked on the picture, actually you couldn't, there was nothing like Kingdom Come Deliverance, of course not, because as I said, nothing like that is existing. However, again, it created confusion. People were talking about it again, like, okay, so is it coming, is it not coming? But for us, actually, and as I said, we didn't think about that until that time. For us, we started to think there's a lot of interest, there's a lot of buzz, people are actually talking about us, reaching out to us, like they seem to want Kingdom Come Deliverance on the Nintendo Switch. So we started to think, and since we are already in the Koch Media family, or the Embracer family, and there's a lot of talented studios, so is Saber Interactive, and who but them would be actually capable of bringing the Kingdom Come Deliverance on the Switch. So we sat together, and now we are here talking about the Nintendo Switch version of Kingdom Come.
So what you're saying is that a community of gamers made this happen?
More or less, yes. The community feedback we got, of course, was a big drive for this entire project. But this comes from our general background. So think of the Kickstarter project we had in the day. So without the community, there wouldn't be any Warhol Studios or any Kingdom Come Deliverance. So we always try to be very close to them, and working together with them, and even coming up with crazy ideas together with them. So, for instance, the Savior Schnapps, our own liquor we created later, was actually a community idea. We have our own beer brand. We recently released a blue brick set, like a building set for Kingdom Come Deliverance buildings. And now one of the latest projects is the Kingdom Come Deliverance soap bar, which should give you the real medieval smell. In that case, I must say, it smells actually pretty well. And we are coming up with crazy stuff like that all the time. Our next new project is a Farkle box board game, kind of. So Farkle, for those who don't know, that's like a Kingdom Come Deliverance minigame, a dice minigame, you can play in the game. And now with Griffon Studios, we are coming up with a boxed version you can get.
Pues no lo sé, Facundo. Pensábamos que sí. Dábamos por hecho porque había muchos juegos. Anticipa sacó un popurrí rápido de juegos, que es lo que nos mostraron ayer. Y dábamos por hecho que íbamos a ver gameplays de esos juegos. No, a los desarrolladores contándonos. Pues esto.
My favorite, soapy hot news. Speaking of soapy hot news, how do you feel about Warhorse being under the new label Prime Matter?
It's a huge honor, of course. We were working together with Koch for over 4 years already.
Hay cosas secretas que no sabes.
We then even became part of the entire Embracer family, so that was a big thing. And now being able to take part at the beginning of something new, be there when there's a new label being created, that is a big thing for us. And especially if you consider that we come there as an established partner already, that is really cool, and we are looking forward to a bright future.
Thank you very much, Toby. We cannot see what Warhorse has got cooking. However, until that time, Toby, goodbye!
So are we. Thank you very much, and see you.
Podemos ya hacer el post-evento en el directo este,
back to reality. We will have more on Kingdom Come Deliverance for Switch as we get it.
All right, let's move from RPGs to FPS games. Final Form, which is a working title, is an action-packed sci-fi adventure. You play the role of a humanoid avatar of a sentient spaceship sent on a mission to the edge of the known universe to battle an unstoppable plague. The game is still a long ways from completion, but here's a very quick peek at what's in store.
Esa barba no se cuida sola.
Mira. Espera, vídeo. Me quedas sin batería el ratón ya.
Vídeo. Me ha pillado al contrapié. Dale a completar.
Reconé. Sí, voy un poquito más adelantado, chat. Otro frenético. Raycom.
Hi, we are Raycon Games, and what you have just seen is the first glimpse of our upcoming game codenamed Final Form.
Final Form is an action-packed, epic sci-fi FPS in which you are a female-formed humanoid machine on a space mission with no return.
Te llego a entender, Miguel.
At the heart of the game is a mystery and alien worlds to explore, but also an adrenaline-fueled combat. In Final Form, it's all about the freedom and power of movement, being a machine unrestrained by human weaknesses. There are numerous abilities and gadgets that come with your robotic body, so you can give yourself away to the fantasy of becoming an unstoppable cybernetic goddess blazing away in a spectacular ballet of destruction.
Raycon is located in Warsaw, Poland, with additional team members located all over the world. The studio was founded and is managed entirely by game developers. Since the success of Ruiner, we've grown quite substantially. Currently, Raycon is over 50 brilliant game creators, and counting. We are not a huge team, but what we love to do is to evolve together with our projects, constantly finding smarter and better ways to achieve something truly unique. We build our work environment just like we make games, aiming for the best results and personal fulfillment. We strongly believe that the well-being of team members needs to be taken care of first, before we can pour all of that love into a game.
El troleo, eh?
The partnership with Koch Media has been very fruitful and inspiring. We're happy to be in the avant-garde of the upcoming new label. We're looking forward to share more on Final Form in the future. And in the meantime, please enjoy the rest of the show and see you around.
Dolmen ahora. Final Form.
Defensa del estudio este de Reconnect, solo con respecto al evento, en defensa del estudio este en concreto, al menos se han preparado un vídeo en el cual muestran un poquito su propio juego. No es alguien hablando y de fondo la nada. O sea, eso por lo menos, pues yo que sé, por decir algo positivo.
Sí, macho. No, esto no se puede hacer. No puedes hacer un evento, presentar juegos así.
Eso está claro.
Que no se puede, coño. Vamos a ver.
A ver si levanta un poco cabeza.
Por tiempo tiene que ir a juego ya.
World Premiere.
¿Qué tal lo escuchas? ¿Escucháis bien el juego, gente?
speak now to Gabriel Ferreira, CTO of Massive Works Studios, who joins us now from Campinas near Sao Paulo in the southeast of Brazil. So, Gabriel, what is Dolmen about?
First of all, it's a pleasure to be here and to participate. Well, so let me tell a little bit about what Dolmen is. Dolmen is that kind of a game where the hero needs to save everyone from an alien threat. Fighting with all kinds of monsters and struggling to keep going forward. That's the kind of game that Dolmen is not about. In this game, you actually save the drillers, which is the alien species that live on that planet, but you're going there to help a company save its investment. So you're not really the nice guy that's trying to save everyone. It's just a job. But we hope that the players consider the humanity, the greed, the war, and the spares and the challenges that come to mind along with that job. Taking all that part, and yes, Dolmen is also about fighting all kinds of monsters and struggling. After all, it is a hard game. It's a hardcore game. It's inspired on Souls-like, so yes, you're going to die a lot.
Awesome, thank you. So, when thinking about the name Dolmen, obviously you guys went for that for like a very specific reason. What's the thinking behind the name? Why did you go for Dolmen?
So there was many things that came to our mind when describing the name of the game. Dolmen, which means a single chamber tomb, a megalithic tomb. We thought it would be a good word to describe this stone, this crystal that we have that is related to that. In many ways, everyone that deals with this crystal in the game is close to bringing problems to everyone that is around. And we want
de Netflix no pedíamos, a Netflix yo no le pedía nada.
Cool. Awesome. And now I know that people may or may not have heard of Dolmen before, so it is already out there in the world. But how long has it taken to get to this point?
Oh, it's been a long journey since the beginning of the project. We started at late 2016, so it's been almost 5 years now.
Si al menos te presentan un juegazo que tiene una pinta increíble y mientras tú lo estás asimilando, están hablando y te dan tiempo a ver el siguiente, lo puedo llegar a aceptar, pero que te suelten esa parrafada al principio es como...
either our community, the Kickstarters, and you guys, I believe
igual que este ya se está extendiendo de más. O sea, me parece muy bien, pero es que estás el triple de tiempo hablando que mostrando tu juego.
You mentioned like the Souls-like obviously inspires it. You know, are there other games that inspire you? And also, what games do the teams like?
First of all, regarding inspirations, a lot of games came to us when we were producing the game and when we were first thinking of it. Obviously, we are really passionate and we really love Souls-like games, so Bloodborne, Dark Souls, those games were our main inspirations. But we drew inspirations from all different kinds of sources. So we had inspirations in Dead Space, in Mass Effect, and also not only inspirations in other games, but also inspirations in movies and Lovecraftian stories. For example, Alien and Geiger. And those were our main inspirations. About games that we most like and games that our team likes, it's really hard to say because we have a team that ranges from liking Dota to CS and Souls-like games. But what I can really tell you is that everyone of our team is passionate about the project because they love doing what they do, which is a hardcore game.
Yeah, and that makes sense as well when you get hands on Dolmen, all these inspirations that have come in. So the game is set in a sci-fi universe. Is there any specific reason you decided to go down that route? Was there any other routes that you considered at first?
Yeah. The humans are afraid of what they don't know. and the universe has infinite possibilities. There is always something unknown that we can explore in space. So that sci-fi setting really was something that we could use to throw everything that our insane minds could come with. So we wanted to use sci-fi as
atentos porque va a haber caña en las redes, va a haber una caña al evento
que se le van a meter, que se le van a meter caña,
encima lo pagan siempre los que no tienen culpa.
Enjoy it.
Ya solo con el tío este saliendo en todos los eventos ya le van a chopear.
Sí, pero bueno, al final es el que menos coñazo ha dado.
You guys are based in Brazil, which is awesome.
Esto lo tienes que meter conferencias. Lo tienes que meter en el post-evento, no puedes liarte en el evento. Si dura una hora, llevamos media hora, 33 minutos. Y no puedes, ya hemos mostrado un minuto. No llega ni un minuto y medio, no llegan los vídeos que hemos visto en juegos.
Que las conferencias no es un momento para hablar, es un momento para vender. Y la mejor forma de vender es mostrando juegos.
But it was something that we could adapt well, especially because even though we're based in Brazil, we're not only based in a single location.
Ya ha pasado la línea de me resulta interesante el trailer, no tío, no me pueden meter una chapa de 15 minutos.
It was easy enough to overcome that challenge.
Apartarlo de aquí.
But there were several challenges.
Si me interesa el juego, digo yo que me buscaré la vida. Y ya me buscaré la vida y si quiero luego me veo el post-evento puesto, pero no me metas en un evento de juegos chaquetadas.
Es
como si voy a ver la película, pero antes de la película me pones el making-of de 1 hora y media.
Bueno, something that our company
pues cuando termine el making-of te tienes que ir a casa.
And really gives value is the people that we work with.
Pillar rabia, sí.
Incredible.
Escucha abajo, a lo mejor le tengo un poquito alto el evento. Es por si no, porque como está bastante interesante así estáis activos. Yo también es que estoy ya tumbándome. Voy a poner esto ya así un poco, mira, un poco tumbada. Voy para atrás.
Sí, pues no tienes mucha la suerte que con el ritmo tan frenético de este evento te puedes dormir.
There are different points of views on that answer.
Es que
por favor, siguiente,
really small in the journey of the game. For example, it started as a concept from a few friends that get together and they brainstormed it for months, the game.
Sí.
So it diverged in two senses. And one of them, when we first thought of the game, game was huge and
ya es que no sé ni lo que digo. A Oshi y yo
a lot of background
tengo mucho más gracia que esta gente.
Joder, te digo yo.
All this universe
voy a poner ahí la piscina. Ahora vengo, me pongo el bikini y me pongo ahí encima de un plátano o algo.
¿Cómo no bañar al gato? Capítulo 1.
The universe that we are creating, they will have a lot to explore on that side. But the game and from its original concept,
normal. Y lo raro es que no te hayas vivido ya uno.
Our disposal, so on the tech side.
Hasta luego.
Entre los estímulos,
way better.
Entre los estímulos no. Por la conferencia y el Monster no vas a dormir.
Ojalá cierren con el jabón.
Of course, we made some sacrifices.
Seguro que vale 30 pavos ese jabón.
Achieve our goal,
con el sello.
But we were never happy. With satisfied at that point of satisfaction. We want to reach more. At the end of the day, this is also a game and we are having fun. But on top of all, we want to make a brilliant game for the player.
Absolutely. And speaking about like making the game and the development of the game, seeing as you are the programmer as well, what was the hardest part of making the actual game?
Atenderles, les voy a coger manía y asco, ¿sabes? Lo que vas a hacer es que me les des ventas bombardeándome con anuncios. Pues esto ocurre igual. Me metes una chaqueta para decirme el juego que hay un momento que no quiero el juego porque digo, paso ya del juego este.
Wanted to make a game that was simpler or smaller or not have that many hours of gameplay.
Por favor.
But we decided to go
lo bajo un poquito más.
A hardcore game, even that's a first game of our
es que esto está siendo otro nivel. O sea, no sé.
We faced a lot of challenges.
Está haciendo bueno hasta el peor insight que ha tenido Xbox, que había algunos insights un poco bastante malones. Y le está haciendo buenos.
And focusing on what we were doing, and keeping yourself focused for 5 years on a single game is something
animar a la conferencia.
Challenging for everyone.
La única forma que tengo de animaros la conferencia es deciros que tenemos un sorteo activo de, bueno, 2 sorteos activos que los estamos... ¿Qué? ¿Qué ibas a decir?
No, que 2 sorteos.
2 sorteos activos, perdón. Tenemos 2 sorteos activos, uno en Instant Gaming y otro en Instagram, en los que podéis participar y ganar juegos. Espero que tengáis mucha suerte. Si queréis, os paso los links ahora mismo en el chat.
Y si no, pues siempre podéis jugar al juego de Doritos, que creo que era retrocompatible, para recordar esto.
Recordad que si ganáis uno de los juegos, ya os habrá merecido la pena ver esta conferencia.
5 years of development, which is a crazy long time. How have you kept yourself motivated?
Yo creo que solo hacían los gestos y tumbaba la cama, se grabó la voz.
Because it wasn't.
Es un espectáculo.
But I would say that most of all we were always having this meetings.
Yo cuando acabemos me voy a Chiromalri, que tengo muchísimo mono.
Getting up
os quiero pasar
every
los
day, making a meeting and showcasing.
Aún así, muchas gracias, gente, por estar ahí aguantando con nosotros esto.
Sí, sois unos héroes los que estáis aquí con nosotros.
Also, a lot of things that happened during before
me voy a tatuar vuestros nick en todo el cuerpo, como hizo Ibrahimovic. Me cago en la leche.
Pecho, pero en vertical.
So showcasing the game to everyone and
pecho en vertical.
To play the game and see how they react. It was something incredible for us.
A ver, aquí lo tengo. Que no lo encontraba, perdón.
Proud of what we were doing.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like everyone's missing that event feeling, right? When you actually get to see people in the games and you're like, oh wow, everyone's loving our games. I think it's something that everyone is missing, definitely. Speaking of kind of motivation and happy times, what are you most proud of this game? What have you guys worked on that you're like, yeah, we did that?
I believe that the universe that we created is amazing.
Aquí tenéis el otro.
Ahora te confirmo, Dante. Ese creo que no le teníamos en el calendario ya. Ahora te confirmo.
Ahí tenéis los 2 sorteos.
We have a lot of story, some crazy cinematics. So we're really proud of the universe that we created.
Tengo un calendario rodeado de fotos de Jesús Gil, tío. ¿Qué es esto? Tengo un calendario rodeado de fotos de Jesús Gil en el jacuzzi.
Me he ido a buscar los links y cuando vuelvo a Twitch todavía sigue este tío hablando, tío.
Pues no seguíamos el DGN, es que no me sonaba. Mira, mañana tenemos Ubisoft y Devolver Digital por la noche. Luego ya el domingo es Xbox Bethesda. Y a la noche a las 9:15 con Square Enix. Ahí esperemos a ver si ya nos confirman o nos lo confirman el de Xbox, lo del Final Fantasy VII para Xbox. El lunes Limit Ram y el martes el de Nintendo. ¿Por qué damos el de Nintendo? Porque puede que haya 3 parties aún así.
Porque podemos.
Así que bueno, estaremos un poquito todos.
They have an amazing team of QA, localization, so we can reach
sí, era mi gata. Estaba por aquí paseando. Me ha dado un maullido. Me ha echado la bronca. Dice, quita eso, por Dios.
Helping us reach our goals and really deliver the game that we want. And without Koch opened the doors for us on that sense. And being part of this new label is a great
¿Cuánto lleva hablando, tío?
For us.
No sé, tío, es que paso ya.
Es que me voy a ver los comentarios. Me voy a ver los comentarios a ver cuándo es el último minuto que se ha hablado de él.
No sé cómo animaros esta conferencia.
Hay 29, estabais hablando de la carátula que es una copia de Death Space. Hay 29, estamos en 42 ya. Por Dios, tío.
Play this game at some point under this new label. So thank you so much for your time, Gabriel.
Bueno, ya que estamos, vamos a otras cosas. Mira, a ver, ¿qué es Bounty? A ver ahora cuál es. ¿Qué es Bounty 2? ¿Esta es de estrategia?
Thank you for your time and see you later.
Gracias por tu tiempo, encima se lo agradecen. Gracias por tu tiempo, gracias por el mío.
El que nos has quitado a nosotros.
We have a first look at the gameplay trailer.
Bueno, vosotros qué juegos queréis? ¿Qué juegos estáis? ¿Qué juego que estáis esperando, gente? ¿Qué juego queréis este 3? ¿Qué juego queréis palpar rápido? Vamos a poner esta pantalla completa.
Ojito, a mí este tipo de gráficos me molan.
Our land, Nostria, dances on the knife's edge of fate. King Claudius, my father, cannot lead, and his absence has set the realm in motion. Something is coming.
Ahora como me digas que es un juego de cartas,
falls onto me.
Si fuera anuncio de Facebook, si fuera de Facebook sería de cartas.
Me ingresa como un juego de cartas, a mí me ponen el potero esta noche.
My wife and I had a nice life then.
Conspiracy, sabotage, necromancy. They all threaten this land asunder.
Es como el Outward.
We must unite.
Algunas cositas.
Distorted terrors are advancing. Rumors tell of a false prophet, putting our hope in something that does not exist.
Uy, que tengo la gata por aquí.
That our savior
me pisa el teclado.
Is among us. People of Nostria, you laid faith in my father. Do so to me. We must look towards the horizon, fight back the darkness, and preserve the light of our land. For Nostria.
King's Bounty.
Pues bueno, lo tendremos en consolas, gente, al menos.
Mira, lo tenéis hasta en Switch.
Thanks for joining me, and I am joined by Nikolai Barinshnikov from 1C Entertainment, who is CEO and creator of King's Bounty 2. So King's Bounty has been years in development and has a 30-year pedigree. So what is it that makes King's Bounty 2 so special?
The original King's Bounty.
Hasta los trailers son infinitos.
Grandfather of games like Heroes of Might and Magic. So we created these turn-based gameplay when we have a based battlefield and the troops are moving in turns. Like chess pieces on the board. I think that's
ya solo llevamos 45 minutos y hemos visto 3 juegos.
Tres juegos.
And kind of
Dolmen y el
I know
King Bounty 2.
As you mentioned, the first King's Bounties was 1990.
Que lo demás ya lo vimos ayer.
The King's Bounty that you guys created in the 2000s.
Es porque nos está petando, porque no lo está viendo ni Dios.
Now that we're in 2021,
antes estaban, en la preview se estaba petando todo el rato el Twitch de ellos. Ahora ya se ha ido todo Dios. A ver, Nintendo el lunes es con el Indie World y el martes en Nintendo Direct. Por cierto, yo espero algún juego de Lego y algún Mario nuevo, sobre todo por el Skywalker, sabe que la llevo esperando mucho tiempo. Daremos el de Nintendo nosotros, aunque en este caso sea la otra plataforma.
Pensé que era una publicidad de YouTube. Me han matado. Eso me ha matado.
Sea la otra consola, aún así estaremos ahí por si hay free parties.
Venga, ánimo, chicos. Muchas gracias por estar ahí de todas maneras. Lo estamos sufriendo todos aquí en conjunto, pero es que no sé por qué han planteado esto así. No podemos hacer mucho más. Al final vas a tener tu razón, si van a presentar los juegos y charla, presentar el juego y charla.
Sí, van a explicarlo. Joder, pues como sean los que han mostrado, madre mía. Que nos junto con el de Ubisoft.
We've done in Moscow so far.
So speaking of the other King's Bounty games, will this King's Bounty 2 follow the other stories of the games,
ni moverá las manos.
Title?
No, the game will not follow on any previous games.
Croma es mejorable. Es la primera vez que veo que alguien difumina el fondo de esa manera. Pero bueno.
There are a bunch of evil guys. There's like a small quest, and I would say that previous King's Bounty. It was not like an epic RPG.
Claro, eso es, al final.
The game was more about just battling random monsters.
Sí, hay que meterlos todos en el mismo.
And solving some little quests. And then King's Bounty 2 It's really, a epic adventure.
Es como decir, no damos
que Monster Hunter Rise remonte todavía. Tengo esperanzas por Monster Hunter Rise.
Joder, pues 7 millones lleva vendidos, o 8 ya.
A ver si remonta un poquito con el contenido, porque vamos.
This is a rare combination where our game, King's Bounty, is not an action RPG, it's not a Witcher game.
¿Aún no has invertido?
Hay anuncios con eslóganes mucho más divertidos que esto, la verdad.
It's interesting crossbreed of a
sí, prefería el piso de estudiante del otro chico, el universitario.
It's not like quote unquote was never done on console, but this is fairly unique combination for the console. And
no, por aquí no, porque al final aquí solo jugamos a juegos de Xbox, no estaremos con los de Nintendo, aunque tenemos el evento, eso sí, pero jugarlos ya no.
Sí,
personalmente sí los jugaré. No te lo voy a negar.
That works well on modern platforms, that works well with current understanding of gamers, how games should look like. So we're trying to enhance it in every possible way.
La crítica que probablemente caiga a esta gente va a ser bestia. Yo creo que si el año que viene se presentan al E3, se lo pensarán 2 veces.
That's an interesting question. We've been debating on a design approach. And again, as I said,
acaba de sonar en el directo de Koch conexión y desconexión de USB. Pues he sido yo.
No lo he escuchado. Lo tengo muy bajito.
Lo están diciendo por aquí, en el
baño ruso.
Madre amor hermoso. Windows 10 nice. Están diciendo por aquí en el chat oficial. O sea, es de ellos.
In games, and we thought this is a good idea actually to upgrade King's Bounty to what we call like high fantasy or like realistic fantasy. So it's not a dark fantasy like
claro, si al final estamos aquí por
peasants, everything is bad.
O sea, es bueno, tampoco está prohibido terminantemente hablar de otras plataformas, simplemente pues
Xbox a tope. Not like a toy, it is a villain, he or she looks like a real bad person.
Ya me han mangado algo los gatos, ya me han tirado algo. Y eso no ha sido el USB.
And I don't think that it's a good idea to take a game of 2008 and just make a replica with slightly
yo creo que ha sido un Funko. Un segundín.
You need, especially for consoles, there's a specific expectation from somebody coming to the store or buying the game digitally or online. Okay, this is like a $49.59 game. It has to look graphically and gameplay-wise like this. There's an expectation, and we believe that's what we're going to do.
Yeah, so we've mentioned that this game combines different kind of ways that you can play the game, basically.
Se me están volviendo eléctricos los gatos. Me ven por ahí, empiezan a saltar por todos lados.
Normal, algún entretenimiento tendrán que tener esta tarde, porque vamos.
Kind of, why did you choose, with the evolution of game design and how people play games, why did you choose to stick to these hybrid game mechanics? Do you think that this is kind of what makes King's Bounty?
Absolutely. I think you got it spot on.
No sé si habéis dicho algo. Joder, pues mi gato, bueno, ahora está tranquilito, pero ayer se estaba metiendo unas palizas los dos allá arriba. El cacharro de los gatos estaban a fuego. Un poquito como Mortal Kombat cuando están en el caminito ahí a lo alto. Ven aquí,
evolution of this gameplay, make it more fun, more realistic. But obviously, this is the core. So this is
vamos a enseñar al gatito.
With a lot of role-playing aspects, high fantasy aspects, and not the other way around. So again, gamers who like RPG with shooting elements, games like Cyberpunk, this King's Bounty is probably not for them. I'm sorry, it's a different game.
Yeah, and in terms of, we've mentioned kind of this new 3D world that you're creating when it comes to the fighting style, and then these RPG mechanics and making this world feel more alive and more exciting. What was actually the hardest part of you making the game? What took the longest time? What kind of caused you the most headaches?
2021,
hard to say. First of all, this is multiple platform game, so there are specific technical.
Sí, se están ganando por entrar en el top 3 de peores conferencias de la historia.
Just, let's say, PC title or just a PlayStation
sí, sin duda, o sea, yo esto no lo recuerdo, no recuerdo haberlo visto nunca. O sea, algo tan, sobre todo tedioso de seguir, no es cuestión ya de, porque si al menos, yo qué sé, te lo preparan pues adornándote un poquito la escena, pero es que estamos viendo a un tío hablar durante 15 minutos con el fondo difuminado porque no quiere mostrar lo que sea y hablando sobre un juego que bueno, ha estado curioso el tráiler, pero ya está.
Tía, es que esto ya es anormal, esto no tiene sentido. Mira, llevo Guerra Mundial Z en IGN. Joder, es que al final cambiamos a IGN.
Engine-based cutscenes to push the story to explain what's going on. So we even had to buy our motion capture studio. We worked with like dozens of actors, and there are hours and hours and hours of in-game based cutscenes, which in the past could be just dialogues and pieces of text.
Dios, tío.
Huge
No, absolutely. And then the final question, what are the benefits of signing up with a global publisher like Koch and being on their brand new game label?
No recuerdo ninguna peor que esto. Pues no lo sé, pero a mí es un juego que me llama mucho la atención, el de Lego Star Wars. A mí me gustan mucho los Lego.
Los Legos con colegas son de 10.
Mola muchísimo. Yo mi primera Xbox la estrené en la 360, era con el Lego Indiana Jones, venía. Era como venía con el proyecto Gotham, el Jazz Software, y el Kung Fu Panda y el Lego Indiana Jones.
From production people, testing, localization,
yo con el Gears 1 y el
manufacturing, retail units, putting all this, units into the retail shops.
Y el mando el mando ese blanco que era para cambiar que era rollo televisor.
Sí, eso es. El mandito ese, el multimedia.
Cooperate. Which Koch Media,
un resumen de lo que han dicho.
Partner, so
mucho texto.
For many years, and I would say
mucho texto,
I was personally a bit scared if we do it just ourselves, that we might not have the human resources to deliver.
Pues mira, vamos a empezar. Empezamos por el inicio del directo.
We'll work with all the platform holders as effectively as in a co-production and co-publishing.
Voy a cambiar, gente. No podemos mantener la línea. No podemos mantener esto. Este tío lleva... Solo tengo memoria de hoy de 2 personas. Bueno, 3, porque uno está yo. Voy a cambiar y vamos a irnos a IGN, que están dando juegos, tío. Vamos a perdernos eso. Guerra Mundial Z estaba ahí, no sé si será nuevo contenido, versión Next Gen. Que justo me he metido un segundito para ver. Y he visto más gameplay que aquí.
¿Te imaginas que nos mudamos a otro canal y empiezan a meter bombazos y luego salimos?
Va a ser así todo el canal. O sea, no ya llevan 55 minutos. 55 minutos y hemos visto 2 minutos de vídeos de juego. En 55 minutos. Que no puedes ver. Es que me desvendes el producto. No puedes estar así tanto tiempo. Voy a cambiar, gente. Vamos a continuar, pero vamos a ir a ver juegos.
IGN Expo. ¿En cuál te están metiendo?
Eso es.
Guys, sit back, relax, grab a pillow, because you get a
cierras entonces, Aoshi, el de...
Nada, hago un cambio. Mira, nos estamos dando juego ya. Cambio, gente, voy a cambiar de... Que bueno, tenemos ahora gameplay.
Ahora están metiendo un juego, tío, en
Primetime. Sí, lo estoy viendo. Vamos a dejarlo. Vamos a dejar este juego y ahora nos vamos al otro lado.
Log entry.
Croft en el espacio.
¿Cómo has dicho?
Una Lara Croft en el espacio.
Sí, parece. Algo leí encima. Algo leído de. Como de un juego de Lara, algo así. No en eso, pero de esto. En Somos Xbox, Dani puso comentando los juegos que iba a salir en Koch Media. Uno era este. Y ponía como un Tomb Raider.
Tiene mala pinta,
Mira, it's still intact.
A ver si muestra un poquillo de acción también. Que de momento.
Si esto mola más, hombre.
What the hell was that? Log entry. The creature has multiple salivary glands in its thoracic region that seem to produce a highly venomous secretion.
Si tiene el pad así de estilo circular, pinta consolas,
Sí, hombre, seguramente salga. Mola, tiene... Sí, es como un poco Tomb Raider, sí.
Wow. The whole place is covered with some kind of organic.
Al final eso de abajo, R1 y L1, con eso vas moviendo todo, con la cruceta.
Looks like Robinson managed to connect them.
Con la cruceta y luego lo otro, pues R1 y L1.
Uy, eso de que no haya hecho la animación con el brazo de bajar la palanca. Ojito, Ah, mira, te puedes craftear cositas. Eso también me gusta. Tema de crafting. En mesa de trabajo.
El personaje en alguna cinemática, en algún movimiento sí que se le ve un poquito así robótico, pero bueno, todavía no puedo hablar de él.
Tipos de munición. Me está gustando cada vez más, la verdad. Daños elementales.
Who were the architects of this place? Did they build these towering monuments to serve a purpose, or as a testament to their might? Were they looking for answers or solving a problem? Oh my god!
Me mola esto.
A mí me está gustando,
Claro, joder, es que había una lista muy buena de juegos. En la web la habíamos puesto, que son muchos de los que habían dicho al principio, los del inicio. Pasa que metes una hora de chaqueta y es que ya lo ves mal el directo, tío, ya no lo ves con ganas.
No, pero es normal, o sea, es que por poco que sepas de marketing tienes que intentar llamar la atención de la gente, y hablando no llamas la atención, mostrando cosas sí. Loteo también de monstruos, eso también me gusta. Y básicamente lo que, pues eso, lo que debe tener este tipo de juegos.
Claro.
Sí, es verdad que a la hora de las animaciones de andar y eso se podría... Pero bueno, como están trabajando en ello puede cambiar mucho el juego. Ese salto de esquivar. Claro, la fluidez, me refería a eso. El tema de la fluidez en animaciones se nota que necesita un poco más de trabajo.
The pseudocerebrum seems to be generating an electrical charge. This neural pathway is conducting large amounts of bioelectricity.
Bueno, os puedo decir que hay un nuevo Mortal Shell en camino, gente. Ya sabéis, el juego es muy del rollo al Dark Souls. Estuve jugando yo en marzo en directo, la versión es Gen, y muy guapo. Yo no soy de ese estilo de juegos porque soy un poco manco, pero ese se me dio bastante bien y me quedé solo un boss de matar.
Esto también me gusta mucho, que es el estilo de análisis de las criaturas con escáner y encontrar, supongo que datos como para completar misiones. ¿Ves? Extraer conclusiones. Eso también me mola. Tías, ¿eh?
Como siempre, zonas ahí con personas fuertes. Me ha molado el juego este.
That really was something, and last week Opal had a chance to talk to the developers, Mad Head Games, and ask them what their game was all about.
Hello there guys, joining me now from Novi Sad in Serbia is Ivan Zorkic, game director at Mad Head Games, who's going to tell us all about his new project. So Ivan, what's Scars Above all about?
Hey there. Scars Above, well, an alien object appears near Earth. And a team of astronauts is sent to explore it to do a close-range scan. However, for some reason that I don't want to go into now, this results
bueno, al menos hemos estado viendo un gameplay en condiciones.
In an event which causes them to be transported to an unknown alien planet.
Cosas que tiene el juego.
So, our protagonist, Kate Ward, who is a mission specialist,
she's an
astrobiologist with a background in engineering. She's one of the members of the team of astronauts, of the team called SCAR team, which is Sentient Contact Assessment and Response. So she is on the ship doing the scan, and she ends up stranded on this alien planet. So one moment she's with her team in the ship, and the other moment she's on this strange planet alone. So she explores, she finds out that.
Claro, es que se sale en Switch también, Mari. Se sale en Switch, al final que no retransmitimos los de Switch. Pero pinta muy chulo el juego.
Time has passed, she doesn't understand why.
Sí, José, pero es que han mostrado 5 minutos de juego en 1 hora y 5. O sea, han mostrado 5 minutos y 1 hora de charla. En un evento de videojuegos que tienes que anunciarnos trailers, gameplays y venderme el juego, y luego si quieres cuentas que el desarrollador cuente el juego, ¿sabes? Y los que le interesen lo van a disfrutar y lo van a querer ver. Lo que no puedes es 1 hora de charla y ahí se queda. Es que hay algunos que es que no nos han mostrado ni el juego.
Scary, but also in a way strangely beautiful world. And facing a lot of nasty creatures and monsters.
Claro, al final, si el juego te interesa, tú lo vas a ver. Te vas a interesar por quién los desarrollan, cómo lo han desarrollado. Te vas a interesar por todas esas cosas. El problema es que te metan esto y luego muchas preguntas, como al principio, preguntas absurdas que le hacían al primero que la entrevistaba, pues claro, te quedas.
The themes come from the real world. So they're inspired by the real world. I think the best stories come from the real world, even if they're, about, as I said, dragons or fairy tales, and of course, spaceships and space exploration. Like, there's always this component. So, on one level, Scars Above is about reason versus terror. And this is a very important topic.
Voy a cambiar a IGN, gente. Ahí están dando ahora juegos todo el rato. Trailers, gameplays, no paran. Lo digo de verdad.
This fear, gives birth to some unreasonably dark actions, which lead to more bad things and more fear and more bad things. And
esto pasa el nivel, Carlos. Esto es otro nivel ya.
For reason standing up against terror, science against darkness, knowledge against ignorance.
So apart from kind of staying within sci-fi movies, like that kind of.
Voy,
You're not ready for this investigation.
Un nuevo
Mira,
Sherlock Holmes. Un nuevo Sherlock. Han sacado los de IGN.
Han anunciado el juego de Rocky, que se había visto. Este es el nuevo de Sherlock, que ya había habido algunas fotos por ahí, pero no antes de todo esto. El Mortal Shell nuevo. Es que ya han anunciado más juegos. Que lo que hemos visto en el de Koch es que no puedes hacer un evento de 1 hora y algo y no mostrar nada.
No sé a quién se le habrá ocurrido hacer la conferencia así, pero desde luego...
Espera, voy a dejar un segundín rápido. Esto era broma esto, ¿eh? No, es esto, así. Para tenerlo en pantalla completa. ¿Lo escucháis bien este?
Pues sí.
¿Lo puesto el IGN? Sí, IGN, vamos a IGN. Están a tope con los juegos. Es que le deja la otra pantalla y estaban a tope todo el rato con juegos.
Plantean un juego de construcción rollo como la película esta de las Survival Machine.
Y otro juego, ¿ya ves? Ya tienen mejor ritmo.
Están todo el rato soltando juegos.
Lo escucháis bien, ¿no? Que es que como he cambiado esto, a lo mejor lo tengo que subir un poco más.
Oh, cuidado, Oh, cuidado, si tienes que chapar el directo. Oh, cuidado, Dios mío.
Estos son típicos de rata laica para sacarte 1000 Gs en 5 minutos. Areja. Justo con este juego.
Plataforma, venga, let's go.
No todas las consolas. Las lolitas.
Pegatinas. Para que las pongas donde quieras.
Y un disquete, ojo.
Sí.
La gente dirá, ¿eso es un posavasos? Porque habrá juros ya que ni sabrán lo que es. Gracias, Sergio.
Oh man, I gotta tell ya what a block of awesome that was. I'm so excited for Doki Doki Literature Club Plus, especially as a
mira,
man living in the middle of a pandemic. You know, I wouldn't mind having money
sí, es error psicológico
these days, and I know I'm not alone. Actually, I am alone, which is
Por
why I
Duracell.
want the video game character
Vamos,
to come
con las pilas.
But I am excited for that one. What about you, Brian?
Yeah, sure, definitely. Well, that Sherlock Holmes game looks pretty cool. And
ya ves, si limpia la estantería de atrras 2 veces al día.
Es que no quería decir nada, tío. Porque digo, es que van a pensar que soy un subnormal. Estaba pensando, digo,
but let's keep this train going by tossing it to the developers over at Gearbox for a breakdown of the Wonderlands trailer. This new game is set in the Borderlands universe and inspired by Tiny Tina's tabletop adventures. Let's take a look at Wonderlands.
¿Wonderlands?
Sí, Wonderland, chavales. Vamos a poner esto. A ver si es un gameplay.
Por favor. No.
Hey everybody, my name is Matt Cox and I'm the creative director of Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, and I'm thrilled to be able to go through this trailer with you today. Tiny Tina's Wonderlands is an entirely new adventure set in an unpredictable fantasy world that's full of whimsy and wonder and high-powered weapons. Packed with fresh gameplay ideas, irreverent humor, a crazy story-driven adventure, and repeatable endgame content you can enjoy with friends in co-op up to 4 players.
You cannot hide. Se ve espectacular,
Sí, el 3 se ve bestial. No he jugado la versión Next Gen,
he jugado con la versión de merece la pena. Shambling skeletons to, like this, sharks with legs. So designing for this chaotic brand of fantasy lets us run wild with our imagination. So you can expect some slightly warped takes on high fantasy.
Yo creo que va a ser un poco ambiente medieval. De magia.
The awesome Game Kunda voices the mysterious figure that you hear in this trailer. Now, he's not the protagonist. Players can actually create and customize their own multi-class heroes in Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. Players won't literally customize their weapons, but you will collect a wide variety of loot and a wide variety of rarities. So you have guns, spells, melee weapons, and of course you'll have your skills that you can use. And then you'll be able to find loot like armor and amulets and more.
Es que se le escucha hasta con ganas.
Spells are a big part of our combat loop, and while it's true we do not have grenades in this game, we actually like to think of our spells more as mini skills because of their power and their variety of behaviors. Our cast is incredible. We have the headstrong Captain Valentine, the rule-obsessed robot Fret, and of course our tyrant villain Dragon Lord, and Tiny Tina, and they're all brought to life by these great actors. And of course, enter a magical diamond binacorn leaping in to save the day here. This speaks to the wild and irreverent humor in Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. Now, all of this takes place in a game within a game as players experience a round of bunkers and badasses, a chaotic fantasy tabletop adventure where anything can happen. The very unpredictable Tiny Tina makes the rules, she changes the world on the fly, and guides players on their epic fantasy journey. Now, a lot of the tone and humor in this story springs from this character. This takes place Dragon Keep, but if you don't know what that means, that's okay, because this is a brand new adventure in a brand new world in the mind of Tiny Tina, playing bunkers and badasses. We absolutely love Tina and the crazy world that we're creating, and it's been an absolute joy working on this game. So we're very excited for everyone to share in this experience when it launches next year.
I think it should go without saying that Wonderlands looks wonderful. There, I said it, and I don't care who hears me. Say something so
justo cuando hemos dicho lo de IGN, lo he dejado ahí, ya te digo yo, están todo el rato jugando, todo el rato, con gameplays y juegos.
So don't go anywhere. Don't. That's a threat.
Tiene ahí al fondo el de Men in Black,
just mildly nice
ahí a la izquierda.
Don't go anywhere. But don't go anywhere. I have scissors, and I'll make a
Los monstruos del café, es que no me ha dado tiempo a verlo.
Sí.
That says, don't go anywhere! We'll be right back.
IGN Summer of Gaming 2021 is presented by the Amazon original movie, The Tomorrow War, exclusively on Prime Video July 2nd, and powered by Duracell Optimum, the official battery sponsor of Summer of Gaming 2021, and presented by
Eso ha salido torcidísimo gente.
And Army National Guard. Pursue multiple paths while you serve. Reach your greatest potential with
Prime Matter is getting something right. Encased is an isometric dystopian sci-fi RPG scheduled for release this autumn, and this new trailer, which we're unveiling today, should give you a pretty good flavor of what the game is all about.
It's 1976, and the future has arrived.
Bueno, al menos ya están con un juego.
Here's the skinny. We at Cronus need you. Cronus was formed after a dome-like structure was discovered 5 years ago.
¿Cambiamos entonces otra vez?
Sí, he vuelto a cambiar. Ya acabaron en el otro lado.
Was it made by aliens? Does it run on perfectly harmless nuclear power? We need to know. And humanity is waiting for you to help unlock its secrets. Descend into the dome itself and join one of our incredible research teams. The only question is, which wing of Cronus is the best fit for you?
¿Está hablando el mismo actor de doblaje de Otherworld?
Cracking heads, ultraviolence and guns.
El juego tiene muy pitado en algunas partes.
Black wing is for you. Can you build and repair incredible technology, but not expect any credit for it? You sound like an engineer to us. Welcome to the Blue Wing. Are you a doctor, scientist, mathematician, or any other type of brainiac? We've got you covered in the White Wing. Do you like taking credit for the hard work of others, but never do anything yourself? Those forms won't fill themselves. That's management, mister. And the Silver Wing awaits.
Ya está.
Are you a criminal, prisoner, or have no discernible skills whatsoever? Then you're coming to the Orange Wing, like it or not. Are you ready for adventure? Are you ready to make the change with us? Are you ready to love it so much that you'll never want to leave? Then join Cronus and take the second giant leap for mankind under the dome.
solo de pegarte.
That's not all. Opal got to sit down with the creative brains behind Encased.
Tiene buena pinta, A mí es que esto
Let's go to St. Petersburg in Russia and speak to Vyacheslav Kosahin, creative director of Dark Crystal Games and the brains behind their upcoming isometric RPG Encased. So, Slava, what is Encased?
So Encased is an old-school RPG in the sci-fi post-apocalyptic setting, basically.
Awesome. So the name Encased is kind of, you know, it's a word and it has various meanings. What's the thinking behind the name?
The thinking behind the name comes from the setting of the game, from one main entity of it, which is the dome. The game takes place in the anomalous zone called the Dome, which was found somewhere in the last unknown desert on the Earth and on our planet. And well, basically, people who get in there, scientists, technicians, soldiers and adventurers, they can't get back. This is sort of a one-way road, so those guys who explore the dome, they're encased in there, which I think makes some sense in this regard.
Absolutely. Yes. So, I know that you guys have been developing this game for
estamos dando este juego.
Time now.
How
long has it actually taken to get to the point where you are now?
So we are developing the game for 3.5 years now. We started.
Shifu, este es el exclusivo de Play. Mira, Lego.
Joder, ¿cómo están haciendo estos, tío?
Voy rápido, voy a poner pantalla completa mientras. Vale. Gracias, Aris. Sí, porque es que van a estar otro cuarto de hora hablando. Vamos a ver luego otro juego. 30 segundos, un minuto y otro cuarto de hora. Es muy duro ver 3 horas de vídeo así. ¿Y esta idea?
Como si fuese un juego aplicable a impresoras 3D, ¿no? Para que la impresora lea tu escenario creado en el videojuego y luego lo puedas recrear en tema de estructura de plástico. Míralo. Pues esto ahora mismo los amantes del Warhammer que sean...
Yo te digo, sí, totalmente.
Que les mole mucho el tema de Warhammer y el diseño de escenarios.
No sé si tendremos problema con el copyright. Con esta parte.
Si tienes un buen equipo y puedes... Es que no sé muy bien.
The Wall of... Joder. Qué movida, macho, nunca había visto uno así.
Who is that gorgeous amphibian, and how can I be as successful as him? Well, I'll tell you, kiddo. You gotta come to Redlandia, the place of opportunity.
Muchos juegos metiendo esta paleta de colores, estoy viendo últimamente. Ayer vimos un par de ellos que igual con la paleta esta.
Sí, los colores crema, ¿no?
Sí, los pasteles. Vale, este salió en un evento. En algún evento lo he visto, el de Skate.
A mí me recuerda a lo de la serie esta que un montón de gente. Aventuras de no sé qué.
Pero hombre, no se puede mantener el nivel de enciclopedia. Es que nos podemos tirar 3 horas y no lo vamos a disfrutar.
La verdad es que sí, es que no, es imposible.
Estos molan, tío. Estos son los típicos que te picas. Que a lo mejor luego sí, a lo mejor no te atrae luego visualmente viéndolo. Dices, bueno, un juego. Pero luego lo juegas y te enganchan un huevo. A mí me pasan muchos de estos de que he ido a sacar logros sin esperar nada de ellos.
La clave de estos juegos es que tienes que darle una pequeña oportunidad.
Y luego me lo he pasado bomba con ellos. El Steelbook estaba muy guapo, el del Skywalker. Hemos pasado a Hans, hemos pasado a la de IGN, tío. Es verdad, el Olioli, tío, era. El Olioli nuevo. Hemos directamente a la de IGN porque aquí están dando juegos, tío. Mira, otro.
Brothers and sisters.
Esto es Guerra Mundial Z, ¿no?
No lo tengo muy claro todavía.
Sí, creo que no.
¿Cómo se ve? Parece que se ve desde arriba.
Guerra Mundial Z nuevo, tiene que ser, a ver. Es que los mapas esos que salían, estos mapas son de Guerra Mundial Z. Son 4 jugadores. Sí, mira, mira, está la japonesa. 100%, mira. Guerra Mundial Z. Qué guapo, tío, con lo que me moló el 1.
Ah, sí, mira.
El de Descent es cojonudo. Bien, el segunda parte, tío.
Otro juego de zombies, era Oshi.
A mí me encantan los zombies, tío. Me encanta.
¿Es cosa mía o han llevado los gráficos aún más al cómic? Porque tienen como los bordes de los personajes, el contorno negro ese tan famoso de los cómics, como los Walking Dead y demás.
Si os gusta el juego, lo que veis, le tenéis en el Game Pass. Yo lo recomiendo, si podéis jugar con amigos, mola un montón. Te lo pasas muy bien.
Porque Guerra Mundial Z sí.
Encima para este año, o sea, me cago en la leche, vaya año de locura. Vamos a tener este año en Alien, el Back 4 Blood, el Guerra Mundial Z, todos el mismo género al final. Y alguno más seguro por ahí salga.
El Back 4 Blood.
Sí, pero sí, del mismo género, en este caso de avanzar y aguantar oleadas, avanzar.
Ah, bueno, eso sí, claro. Dios.
A ver, sangre y gore. Es que aquí no nos veis ni a nosotros.
Escúchame. Esta vez la he apuñalado ya. Bueno, apuñalado.
Ya te digo.
Otra. Venga, por si acaso. Ay. Con la vista esa me ha recordado mogollón a un Ravel, ¿eh?
Un poquito. Sí, totalmente. Hostias, qué guapo. Bramble, de Monty King. Hay mucho mejor así. 2022.
I gotta say, Brian, Brambo, that was something. I'm all in on this one. You can definitely, from now on, call me a brambling man.
Yeah.
I mean, Bramble.
Okay. I mean, yeah, the game looks really awesome. I just feel like you're really excited about the repeated stabbing.
Me ha gustado lo que he visto. Me ha molado rollo así oscuro.
A mí también me ha molado porque es lo típico que te plantean que los personajes están hechos súper inocentes y demás, y de repente te meten la cuña esa gore que
te meten a Samantha ahí de ring.
If Bramble is this damn good, we gotta have something else coming up next that's just as equally, if not better.
Well, you know, whatever's up next, I think maybe we should pivot and have something with like considerably less chest stabbing. Maybe something like a little bit more chill, you know, something kind of relaxing.
So you mean like, how about this? How about like skating with birds? Like skateboarding birds?
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's very, very specific, but that would be super chill. Yeah, let's do it. Skating birds, great.
Well, then you know what, Brian? I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to love this next game. Here comes skateboarding birds in skateboard.
Al del Bitcoin.
Check it out.
Skatebird.
El del Bitcoin.
Skatebird.
Ahora no caigo, tío.
A ver, ¿qué estoy viendo? ¿Pájaros haciendo skate?
Sí, tío. Vuelve el Tony Hawk, vuelve el Oli, pero vuelve el skate.
Escúchame.
Tío,
¿Y esto, tío?
Con pollitos y... Estos juegos les tienes que hacer en plan un día de fiesta.
Sí. Yo iba a hacer el comentario, pero...
Y si metes un pollo haciendo skate en la oficina, encima en la de ellos, mira, y le pones una corbata... Es otra, Juan, es otra. Hemos ido a IGN.
Bueno, esto parece el SSX tricky de pollos. Haciendo trucos en el aire.
Mola porque vuelan. Mira cómo vuelan cuando están en el aire. Con las alas a tope.
Hablando, yo es que tengo la de Twitch abierta por si acaso y es que sigue hablando.
Wow, what a day.
No
well, that's all the time we have here on IGN Expo.
Wait,
I want to thank my hairstylist. I want to thank my...
Brian, hold on. Wait, are you insane, man? We're only halfway through. What are you doing?
Oh, wow. Well, this event is stacked with even more exclusive reveals and brand new trailers than I could have reasonably anticipated.
Clearly, and very well said, my friend. And we'll be right back with even more right after this break. So stick around and keep being part of our summer of gaming.
That's right. And I want to thank my agent. I want to thank my friends. I want to thank my uncle who taught me that wrestling isn't real. That made me mad when I was a kid, but I'm okay with it now. It took about 60 years to get cool with that. But I want to thank the guy who cleaned the local...
IGN Summer of Gaming is powered by Duracell Optimum. All summer long, we're bringing you the game announcements, developer interviews, and all the demos you care about. So get comfortable and get ready to play.
¿Cómo no iba a faltar? Duracell pilas, tío, es que es... Los pileros.
Upgrade your Xbox controller with Duracell Optimum batteries today.
Qué cachondeo, tío, ya. Lo de las pilas, ya, es que ya mola, al final. Yo soy de pilas recargables a tope.
Sí, yo tengo por aquí un pack de pilas.
From breaking news and exclusives,
pilas recargables
movies and games to reviews, let's plays, and live streams, IGN brings you all the coverage you need, no matter where you are. Whether you're on IGN.com, the IGN app, YouTube, Facebook, or Snapchat, we've always got you covered. IGN, the #1 source for all games and entertainment fans worldwide.
Yo la feria que tenía muchas ganas de ir es a la Gamescom. Ahí en Colonia, tío. Y ahora con todo esto, ganáis.
Se arregla un poco todo esto, a ver.
El año pasado, por noviembre, diciembre, estuve mirando viajes para ir. Era del agosto pasado. Y luego ya viendo el panorama. Bueno, tampoco luego esto que lo vas dejando y de repente ya dijeron en marzo todo lo que ocurrió y dije, menos mal que no he cogido nada.
If you're not following IGN on social media, what are you waiting for? We're constantly updating our feeds to bring you the latest news, gameplay,
interminable GTA,
custom original content, the best user-generated videos and art, memes, and a whole lot more. Be part of the conversation throughout the year. Follow IGN on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook,
el trailer de Spider-Man de la tercera también lo han sacado. O sea, a lo mejor te lo sacan en algún evento. estos días con todos los eventos estos. Puede ser. ¿Ha salido por un momento Valheim? No, ha tenido que ser imaginación. Y en un pequeño clip que han puesto de un par de juegos. No he llegado a ver nada.
But if you only want games content 24/7, head over to IGN Games. Movies and TV, more your thing? Check out IGN Movies and TV. More channels, more of the stuff you love, more IGN.
I want to thank DuckTales. I want to thank Anthony Franco's Pizzeria in Paramus, New Jersey. Really good, really garlic knots, really, is what a lot
Yes, that's right, Brian. Well, you know what? Welcome back. This is still the summer of gaming, and you found yourselves knee-deep in IGN Expo. Yes,
pero así sí, lo puedes hacer en plan, hablas 3 minutitos, 4, te metes un clip de 4 o 5 juegos.
Claro, tío.
Hablas otro ratillo, mantienes a la gente ahí, pues
I just really love unpacking heavy craft.
Es que desgasta al final, lo otro desgasta, porque es que te va gastando todo el rato no ver nada, tal. Encima, como no tienes subtítulos, te desgasta más porque es que ya estás desconectado con lo que te quieren transmitir.
Probably the best unpacking simulator made to date.
Sure, yeah. You know, there's also like a bunch of other trailers in there too, Brian.
I think they're going to be most excited about the unpacking one, though.
Okay, you know, well, fine. Well, let's unpack all the trailers, not just the unpacking one, right now.
Exclusive. Colocar tu habitación. Un juego de colocar tu habitación.
No, espérate, porque creo que este es el juego ese que hubo tan famoso de gestión que era similar a los Sims, pero era también súper social por lo visto. Es que yo no recuerdo ahora mismo.
Sí, tío, pero un juego como sea de colocar tu habitación, en la vida me había pensado yo que iba a haber un juego de colocar tu habitación.
Yeah. Para gustos, colores.
Sí.
Hay que respetar.
Pero que no me imaginaba nunca un juego de...
Sí, pues va de eso.
¿Sí?
Desempaquetar.
Sí.
Tal cual. Supongo en campus. Este ya lo estuvimos viendo ayer en la conferencia de Summer. Sí, un packing.
Sí, me había sorprendido.
Hi, and welcome to a very quick sneak peek look.
Curioso, habrá gente que le mole.
Muy buena la de Bruja Escarlata y Visión. Me moló un montón.
Como si fuese un puzzle al fin y al cabo.
Sí, eso es.
But rather than boring courses, we're giving you the opportunity to teach your students.
Joder, al final es que te pican, te parece que no, pero son estos que lo pruebas y al final sí que te va picando.
Luego ese tipo de juegos se esconde el nivel ultra difícil, ¿sabes? Y tienes que buscarte las mañas para colocarlo todo bien.
Y no me entra.
We watched a ton of live streams of 2 Point Hospital, saw what people were vibing with, and we've added a ton of new creative tools for campus that will let you build outside, create new buildings, landscape, and place trees and pathways.
Here you can see some of our night school students warming up with some practice dummies. If they can nail their classes, they'll get themselves straight A's. But if they don't have everything they need, great teachers, great equipment, and of course a great social life, they may fail.
Están mostrando más que ayer.
Bastante, es que hay un momento que estaba dudando que fuera el mismo juego. Viendo esto estaba dudando que fuera el mismo juego, digo, ¿están haciendo como un parque de atracciones o algo?
Han mostrado bastante más que ayer.
Lovely.
¿Una recreativa?
Ahora vas más adelantado que yo.
¿Tiene una recreativa?
¿Lol?
Tortuga Ninja, let's go.
Es eterno el Street Fighter 2, tío. Eterno, toda la vida hasta ahora. El de las Tortugas Ninja lo estuvimos dando en algún evento.
Se anunció hace no mucho.
Eso es. Por eso ese estuvimos dando y se promete muchísimo.
Tiene pintaza. Guay esto.
Porque te compres la máquina para casa.
No, uno está saliendo ahora.
Ah, vale.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Salve, friend. Mind telling me who you are?
Pero si habéis llegado alguno nuevo, no estamos con el de Koch Media, hemos pasado el de IGN porque el de Koch Media no están mostrando juego.
Some people say it's the creation of an all-seeing God who's watching everything we do.
Lleva siendo toda la conferencia.
Are you with me? Can I count on you to figure out who's about to break the golden rule?
Estos me molan a mí, tío, de terror. Sí, rollo. Sí, pero tiene su toque de terror.
Salve, friend.
Loki, lo que he visto me ha gustado mucho. Y la de Soldado de Invierno y Falcon me ha gustado muchísimo. Es que mi Bucky me gusta un montón el personaje.
Mira, Aoshi, otro ojo de vista cenital.
El Imperio. No, para nada. Ya 100% cero. El Sacred, tío, que el 3 no tenía nada que ver.
Ah, no, pero este va a ser, vale. Este va a ser combate por turnos. Que también están muy interesantes,
Sí, lo dormimos un poco.
Tienen la dificultad y los niveles bien hechos, los combates por turnos están muy entretenidos. 200, más de 270 misiones y 80 horas de contenido. ¿Te gusta el combate por turnos? Los juegos están al final guay. Diablo.
La gente está esperando al Diablo.
Darle un try al Lost Ark. Haceros caso. Lost Ark en Steam, que lo anunciaron ayer, traducido, darle un try. Ese juego es muy bueno. Y es acción RPG como el Diablo. Pero tiene buena pinta porque es combate por turnos, pero luego tú puedes gestionar tu personaje y moverlo por el minimapa, las misiones y demás. Que no es full lineal en plan de misión 1, misión 2, misión 3.
No, es mundo abierto y luego tienes tu parte de tus combates que es todo por casillas.
Me mola.
¿Cómo va en el otro? Igual, ¿no? Pues mira, salen consolas. Aquí está, en One y en series.
You just saw the trailers for Unpacking, Disciples Liberation, Unpacking, and before that was The Forgotten City, and also Unpacking.
Yeah, there's a lot of unpacking there. Now, Brian, you might remember our next game made waves when it was first announced 3 years ago, but we haven't heard a ton from the team lately. Now, with that said, the little fox who stars in this Zelda-ish indie title still looks just as cute.
Akeem, I am so excited about this one. Let's check in with Tunic.
Tunic has been a darling of the gaming scene for several years now, and that's been its one and only problem.
Recordad, el día 15 tenemos demo de este juego para disfrutarlo en Xbox.
The same demo has been making the rounds for many.
Es un juego que amaba bastante de los Zeldas, así que si os gusta, darle una oportunidad. Es un juego que ya tenía que haber salido hace bastante tiempo. Se ha ido retrasando directamente. Este gameplay es en Xbox por los botones.
Here are 5 reasons why this charming fox needs to be on your radar. Tunic's old demo didn't really make it clear how challenging the combat can get. In the new demo, which includes a slice of the overworld as well as one dungeon, you'll encounter a number of different enemies after you find, in order, a stick, a sword, and then a shield. From simple blobs to laser turrets to a giant bone monster that, try as I might with every power-up I could find in the demo, like ice bombs and sticks of dynamite, I could not.
No, Mario, es que al ser juegos de Nintendo aquí no lo jugamos, porque estos jugamos a juegos de Xbox. Pero también muy buen juego, el Rayman Rabbids. Mira qué guapo, macho. Este le tengo ganas de probar la demo.
Se ve muy bonito. Si te gusta el estilo artístico y el rollo de los mapas por niveles así,
las mazmorras
marcados.
Who the heck is this fox?
Claro.
What is going on in this world? What does the in-game language mean, and will I ever be able to translate?
Lo jugarás, ¿no, Link? Que estarás por ahí.
Screens in the world modeled after old school video game instruction manuals and strategy guides. I love the added sense of mystery and intrigue that Tunic brings that it absolutely doesn't need to. The gameplay would be just
la casita, como siempre, la casita tal cual.
But they're there, and they make me want to play more to uncover the answers to those
mítico en estos juegos,
questions.
estas casitas. Bueno, las habitaciones.
Like any good Zelda style game,
mira, lo raro es que no le hayan puesto corazones, le han puesto cuadraditos ahí en la vida a la izquierda.
Shouldice very politely requested that I not spoil any of them for you before you have a chance to play the demo for yourself.
Sí.
So I'll
para
just
hacer
say
como
this.
un giro entero. Antes se la ha bajado, no me he fijado bien cómo era.
Probably have some good ideas of where to look.
Tienes los objetos arriba, pociones con el RB.
Secret items hidden in the demo, which means there are certainly plenty more to discover in the full game as well. On this note, the new demo makes it pretty clear that you will not be completing Tunic in just one sitting. The one dungeon here has plenty of layers to it, and while you can save your progress at various shrines, doing so resets all the monsters.
De día y noche, buah, ya tienes ahí lío para alguna mazmorra.
Pero lo más importante de todo, ¿tendrá parry?
I do appreciate how there are environmental shortcuts
no creo,
that
como máximo tienes lo del escudo.
Puede defender en el momento exacto y que quieres aturdido a la peña.
Los bichos estos como moco así gelatinoso siempre hay. También en estos juegos, siempre.
Sí, los slime, claro, son típicos.
Finally, allow me to state the obvious. Tunic looks and sounds beautiful.
Temas de
simplistic, colorful visuals lend Tunic a very playful visual tone, while the serene music adds a very pleasant, calming vibe to the gameplay. The combination of the two is fantastic.
Sí, el Tunic pinta fuerte,
blends retro and modern in both the audio and
visual
todos
a bajar la demo.
In a way that gives it a wholly unique look and feel.
Es lo que he comentado algunas veces contigo, Ausi. En las demos en estos juegos, tío, luego me spoilean cosas y es como, no.
No, pero muchas veces suele ser el inicio del juego. Te dan ahí un ratitín, pruebas.
And after you do, I have little doubt that Tunic will not only ping on your upcoming game
radar,
but rocket up towards the top of your wish list in the process.
Se está poniendo chungo ahí, había...
Mira, con el escudo. There's more reason than ever to believe that 2021 is finally the year. For more on Tunic, don't miss more gameplay from the old demo, and for everything else in the world of video games, stick with IGN.
IGN Expo is just reaching its peak, so don't go anywhere. Right now, we've got 6 fresh trailers loaded up like a blast cartridges in a laser pistol aimed at the heart of your boredom. Because I know y'all get bored.
Yeah. Wow, they shoot a laser pistol at the heart of boredom. That's an apt metaphor, Keem. It's also really dark and slightly messed up. Anyway, our first trailer involves a show I know everyone loves, Saint Ranger Things, following the adventures of Saint Ranger, the only Texas Ranger to ever be sainted.
Pero creo que se nos ha pasado un trailer con el tema del Tunic.
Actually, I'm gonna have to poke a couple of holes in your cloud here, my boy. It actually, that's a typo. It says Stranger Things.
Oh no, that's not a typo. I just can't read. Well, anyway, let's see what these Stranger Things.
Cualquier cosa que salga en el otro evento, que como va muy lento, en la revista y la web ya lo pondrán los compañeros. Y...
Sí, o sea...
Mira, otro.
Perdón, di.
No, nada, eso era. Otra vez esto. Es la tercera vez que lo damos.
Claro, porque lo hemos visto en
el Summer Fest
y ahora lo vemos en IGN.
Y lo hemos visto antes en el de Netflix.
Claro, porque también tiene que ver con lo de la serie y... Comentadísimo. Split Game. Oh.
Vamos a ver.
Se están viendo ya shooters más de uno de temas de campaña, ¿eh? Este es el típico shooter que apuesta full por del FPS y no tanto por la calidad gráfica, eso es, sino por que todo sea súper rápido y frenético,
que funcione de lujo. Mira, capturar la bandera, modos míticos, tiene un poquito
de un Quake.
Claro, te decir, así rollo Unreal, cosas así, mira, con las a lo Portal.
Si le metes un buen sistema de disparo y cosas mecánicas chulas, le puedes sacar un juegazo, aunque a priori no sea un portento gráfico.
La cosa es el público, ya no hay mucha. Yo creo que la gente ahora más jóvenes no son tanto de este juego, son de otros rollos, no lo sé,
Lo que estás acostumbrado también a.
Claro.
Llevamos una época con temas de Battle Royale que no salimos de ahí.
Mira, Free. En Xbox también aquí, Serie X y Serie S. Street for Race, el DLC.
Bueno, súper entretenido.
Buenísimo.
Además esa estética cómic.
Yo me viciaba con mi padre al 2 de la Mega Drive.
Dando barriles y palancas.
Sí, al final a veces, sí, en parte tienes razón, Link, sí. Pero bueno.
Por saturación de videojuegos, muchos de ellos
nos dan a elegir, al final eliges el que te guste.
Claro, es la ventaja cuando tienes una gran cantidad de oferta, al final eliges lo que te vuelves más exigente con lo que compras. Pero ves, a mí por ejemplo esto, el estilo pixel art a mí sí que me mola. Y probablemente esto sea cooperativo. Bueno, este me lo apunto. Conozco gente que es muy fan de este tipo de juegos.
Hacer tu granjita también.
Claro.
Gestionar tu... Mira,
al Bomberman.
Gestionas tu pueblo en la caverna.
Keeper. Muy bonito de ver, el estilo pixel art, así para gestionar de tu huerto también.
Joder, si fuera cooperativo, en plan cantidad de gente, mola. En plan como se veía ahí, como 8 personas.
Sí, se veía, ha habido un pequeño clip de vídeo que daba a entender que se puede jugar con peña.
Tal como se movían, eran muy ágiles.
IGN lleva 103 minutos y nosotros llevamos en directo...
casi 3 horas.
Desde las 8.
Sí que en un momento cortaremos. En un rato cortaremos porque llevamos un montón. Es que lo de Koch Media ha sido bastante... Que no puedes hacer un evento así. No puedes hacer un evento así.
Koch Media está hablando ahora del Payday.
Si te escucha abajo, bueno, pues yo le tomo a tope.
¿A mí se me escucha abajo?
Me sale aquí directamente me sale su voz a tope también en el Discord, como me sale a mí.
A ver, no estoy hablando muy fuerte, pero estoy pegado al micro, o sea, debería escuchárseme bien.
Voy a tener que bajar el volumen. Copyright.
Juego de cartas.
Voy a quitar el volumen por los copyrights. Es que no sé, es que ya habrá saltado 15 copyrights y mañana lo veremos. Ayer estuve quitando los sonidos en lo de Summerfest y aún así nos han saltado varios copyrights. Y yo, joder. Es lo que estuvimos quitando el sonido.
Audio Clash. Battle of the Bands.
Batallas de bandas, tío. Madre mía. Es que son juegos algunos... No pienso que puedan llegar a como el de colocar en la habitación. Nunca se me había dado por la cabeza que iban a hacer un juego de colocar tu habitación.
Claro, la tecnología ya está dando tantas... A ver, no son facilidades porque ningún juego es fácil, pero la tecnología está dando tantas herramientas que estudios, por pequeños que sean, muestran ideas que a lo mejor dicen, esto no lo han hecho nunca. Venga, el de colocar la habitación, pues ya me dirás tú.
Que nunca en mi cabeza iba a pensar que iban a ser un juego de eso. No parece mal, a la gente que le guste, pues mira, de lujo. Luego seguramente te pique.
You know what? Fortunately, you can still watch ads in the bathroom from your phone or your laptop. So take it to the toilet, y'all. Summer of gaming continues after this quick break.
Don't take your laptop to the toilet, al final. Don't listen to a game. Don't do that. That's weird.
Come on.
How important is your job? You're going to bring your laptop to the toilet? Come on.
It's eBay. I'm trying to win something on eBay. It's an auction. Come on now. I'm trying to get a new NFT.
What are you trying to win the auction for, grossest dude? Because you already won. Haha.
Pues estos de higiene, ojito también, con la cantidad de cosas que están mostrando.
Joder.
IGN Summer of Gaming 2021 is presented by USAA Insurance and Army National Guard. Pursue multiple paths while you serve. Reach your greatest potential with Army National Guard. And by the Amazon original movie, The Tomorrow War.
La película de Chris Pratt. No estaba el trailer ya por YouTube.
And powered by Duracell Optimum, the official battery sponsor of Summer of Gaming 2021.
If you're not following IGN on social media, what are you waiting for? We're constantly updating our feeds to bring you the latest news.
Bueno, no sé, Chan, si quieres lo vamos dejando ya.
Custom original content.
Pasamos un poquito a Twitch a hablar lo que nos ha parecido el evento, que bueno, más o menos ya sabéis todo lo que nos ha parecido.
And a whole lot more.
Están con Payday ya en el otro lado.
Follow IGN on Instagram, Twitter,
sí, estaban con Payday,
TikTok and Snapchat.
Otra vez charlando, está la chica.
Es que no puedes, ¿cómo puedes ver? Es que no lo entiendo, tío.
No, no hay forma por pillarlo. Pues lo que quieras, si quieres inicio en Twitch ya mismo.
Sí, vamos a Twitch, recordad gente lo del concurso.
Sí, ahora en Twitch, los que estéis aquí en YouTube, que me estáis escuchando y estéis atentos, veniros a Twitch un momento, vamos a dar las conclusiones y vamos a hablar un poquito de la postconferencia que hemos visto.
En Twitch de Somos Xbox.
Y vamos a estar ahí en el Twitch de Somos Xbox. Hay 2 concursos activados que vamos a explicar ahora ahí. Así que si queréis acompañaros un ratillo, vamos a estar, pues, cuestión de... No sé exactamente cuánto, pero vamos. Ahí están un poquito las conclusiones de todo esto. Así que pasaros y nos vemos.
Si no, muchas gracias, gente, por estar ahí. Ha sido un poco dura la tarde. Pero bueno, luego los dije no lo han mejorado.